young girl was betrayed, bullied, and silenced. But what happened after her death shocked the entire nation. This is the tragic story of Millie Miguel, a 13-year-old student from Guyana, whose final moments and the horrors that followed left an entire country in shock. Millie attended Bladen Hall Secondary School and lived at Coldingen, East Coast Demerara. But behind her young smile, she was carrying a devastating secret. Millie was allegedly sexually abused, and the worst part? The very people who should have protected her were the ones ignoring her cries for help. It is reported that her own relatives were the ones responsible for the abuse. And when she finally tried to speak out, she was accused of lying at school. The bullying was relentless. She was shamed, mocked, and left to suffer in silence. On February 3, 2025, unable to bear the pain any longer, Millie took her own life. Her family buried her on February 7th, thinking the nightmare was over. But what happened next was beyond horrific. The day after her burial, construction workers nearby made a horrifying discovery. Millie's tomb had been broken into. Her coffin opened, and what they found left investigators sick to their stomachs. Someone had violated her even in death. Who could do something so inhumane? 52-year-old fisherman arrested. Investigators launched a manhunt, and within days, they caught the man responsible, 52-year-old fisherman, Parsram Tapsi, also known as Radesh or Ranchi. He was found hiding in Maheka Creek and confessed to the unthinkable. He had broken into Millie's tomb and committed necrophilia on her body. Tapsi was charged with malicious damage to the tomb, pleaded guilty, and was remanded. But before sentencing, the court ordered a psychiatric evaluation because only a monster could commit such a crime. But here's where it gets even worse. Millie's abuse had been reported. Her teacher and school counselor had already alerted the Child Care and Protection Agency. But the case was mishandled. Standard procedure would have required a forensic interview and police involvement, but that never happened.